Hello, and welcome to the first of what we expect to be many YouTube clips that may ultimately form a kind of South Australiana bibliomontage. My name is Nick Patrick, and together with my partner Kate Trelaw, I'm a co-owner of Orchard Bookshop in Adelaide Arcade. I've been a bookseller in Adelaide for almost 2 decades, and along that journey we've been fortunate enough to view many wonderful items relating to our beautiful corner of the world. But what has come home to us more and more is often the story behind the book. The travels of the physical object, the gift inscriptions, the dates, annotations, and of course, the changing of hands. The names that inevitably ascribe themselves to the books and vice versa. To start things off, let's take a look at this unassuming little volume. It's called The Dreadnought of the Darling by Charles Edwin Woodrow Bean. Okay, this particular copy is a first edition from 1911. Just show you the title page there. It's quite scarce as such. There's a few copies around, and this one has seen better days, so it's not a super valuable item, but it's interesting for our purposes today. So a bit of background. Charles Bean, he was born in 1879. Started life as a barrister and converted to journalism in 1909. He was sent into the middle of New South Wales to report on the wool trade and sent back a series of articles to Sydney newspapers, which would be republished as the book On the Wool Track. While he was collecting this material, he was travelling down the Darling River on a small steamer called the Dreadnought. Got a little picture here as the frontispiece. It's quite a cute little houseboat type thing. So this book is the result of a series of non-wool related articles that he wrote and is a sort of social documentary of the Darling region. Those of you who know their geography will tell me, maybe rudely, that the Darling is nowhere near South Australia. So what are we talking about? So unless you do consider the water that travels down the Darling into the Murray and provides the lifeblood to our fair state, that's a bit of a stretch. This a bit more of a solid connection here. So if we look at the inside front board of this particular copy, you'll see the ownership handwritten, quite nicely styled name of H. Flinders Mitchell. All right, here again, we'll just flick to the half title. We've got an embossed stamp here. Okay, as Harold Flinders Mitchell as a notary public. And again, just here on the tissue paper, there's a couple here on the title page. Pretty proud of his name, pretty proud of his position. Alrighty, so this was certainly his book. Harold Mitchell was a solicitor, and at the time of this book in 1911, he was a raw 25-year-old who was just earning his stripes in the legal fraternity. He wouldn't really accomplish too much. In fact, his greatest contribution to the law would come a couple of years later, in October 1913, when his wife Imelda gave birth to a little girl who they named Roma. Now, there have been multiple books written about the legacy of Dame Roma Mitchell, so I won't go down that rabbit hole. Let it just be noted that she would become one of the most highly respected legal minds in the country. So, back to her dad though. Shortly after Roma was born, Harold would head to the European battlefields of World War I. Sadly, Second Lieutenant Harold Flinders Mitchell of the 45th AIF died in the Second Battle of Dernancourt in France of April 1918. Charles Bean, back to this man, the author of this book. He will be best remembered as a war correspondent of that particular period in history and a historian and compiler of the official history of Australia in the war of 1914 to 1918. Rounding out the circular nature of books, you'll find Bean's account of the Battle of Dernancourt recorded in Volume 5 of that epic 12-volume set. There you have it, Harold Mitchell's personal copy of Charles Bean's The Dreadnought of the Darling. Thank you.